training those children. You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson, after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
So, Will, what was the Blade of Frontier's toughest kill?
Ah, it was a great scrap. A hungry minotaur with a hankering for human flesh. An axe-bearing mountain of fur she was. Gave me a nasty scar.
I hope you don't mind if I don't ask to see it.
Movement on the roofs. I sense a classic ambush in the making.
Get over there! Surround them like! You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked. And I didn't want to be stuck mopping up nosy trespassers like you. Ain't no one getting their way today.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Suppose it's best to save our strength for a real threat. Go on then. Just keep your nose clean.
You'll have to speak slowly. I'm finding it quite difficult to concentrate with my condition gnawing at my insides like a teething displacer kitten. That is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in Waterdeep has never been so free of clutter. Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told. My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Gale slurped that thing up like a horse with a carrot. I hope he got what he needed from it.
So, Gale just consumes magical items like I do wine. We truly are a group apart. Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me. What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
You've already pestered me with your notions once today. If I have something to add, I'll tell you.
Come on, open up. What's in here?
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Never a dull moment. Don't give me trouble now. Looks empty.
What's on your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in the camp then, idling away the hours.
West Baldur's Gate, east El Terrell.
Plans. Looks like someone was intending to forge weapons.
The inking is rough. A work in progress, surely. I'll take that. That might be worth a look. Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. She'd eaten, feasted, and yet, looking into her eyes, you can see it wasn't enough. She's still hungry.
Come, see, my flesh becomes new flesh.
You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Gnolls, vicious, monstrous humanoids can spawn from the corpses of dying hyenas.
No, come closer. Feed the new flesh.
Bones snap as the hyena is hollowed from the inside out, forming a vessel for something new. Her belly splits like a rotten fruit, birthing a frenzy of claws and fangs.
Tormented. What path lies before me?
That hyena's making a break for it. Onward.
Battle favors the fearless.
Have to keep going.
The blade will not bend.
favors the fearless. Battle favors the fearless. Fleet of foot.
Need to find a way forward.
On I go.
Think you can take me on?
Feel my mistress's wrath.
Hyenas birthing gnolls. How horrid.
Vile creatures. Nothing that's born of a corpse should be allowed to live.
I've got a long road ahead. Traps, please.
There's no time to waste.
Sharp as ever.
At least things have stayed interesting. One day I'll catch a break.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlak, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far.
I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Don't worry, I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Whew. I'm getting all het up. Let's make tracks.
What's cooking?
All right. What now?
So, Will, now that we've made peace, how about we get to know each other properly? What's your story?
Not so much a story as a pantomime. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Go on. We're listening.
It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up.
You make it sound like a harvest of devils coming for your throat.
You're closer than you know. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll face my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me. Well met.
Why are we slowing down? Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
Karlach and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment. Wits and blades, always sharp.
Come on, let's go!
A hero at heart.
Let's get going. No time to rest?
No time to dally.
The pride of the gate.
What's next?
Where am I needed?
Hands off!
No one's stopped me yet.
Cut it out. It's worse than no. That's E's friend. You're welcome to rest here.
Anything of use?
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
The furnace was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
making my move.
Let's end this. Got to keep fighting.
Here we go again.
Forever dauntless.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Fuck them. Fuck Zariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash. That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
I'd love to, thanks.
What to do?
Fuck you! I'm never going back! Just try it, Zariel! Come on!
That ought to do it.
still alive, so that's progress.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look? Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good. Yeah? That's the short of it. Bloody thing's been in overdrive since I left Avernus. The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash, politician, inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job, a good job, with people I liked, doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again. Gives me energy, power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today. Soldier? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive him. Anyway, what were we talking about? First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right? Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
Karlach's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
Huh. So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach. Did you want something?
What can I do you for? So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target. Nah, it'll be fine. They're already lost. Better to be used in service of the good guys than a devil, don't you think? Next time we're in a nasty battle, drop one my way. You'll enjoy the results. Fuck yes! Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
put my hands on everything. What's inside? That'll fit in my pack.
Ugh. I'll never get used to the stench of death. Tread carefully. There's a trap. Trap. Be cautious. That might be worth a look.
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
I'm way too big.
Let's get on with it. Might find something useful.
shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
The pride of the gate.
I love surprises.
Watch yourself. I spy a trap.
Finders keepers.
Is that blood? No, never mind. There's a pressure plate in the chair, but I'm missing something.
There is work to do.
Trap. Be cautious.
What's the story?
No one back home will ever believe this. Step carefully. There's a trap. Step carefully. There's a trap. Seems simple enough. What's hiding here? Bodies everywhere. Accident or sabotage? Ready.
A long way to go still. Onward. Ever onward.
leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close, or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallogized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Vernus. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please. I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look. Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up. Forged from the heart.
Take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools. Die if I met the road the reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell of it.
Hey, they're all waiting to die.
We're exposed now.
Goblins will come.
Can't give up now.
I wonder what the next move is.
Destroy dagger. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face would frighten a troll. You're an idiot. No, we're exposed now.
This is ridiculous.
Remember, shouldn't be too long now.
defender of the people.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me.
Let's move.
Ronan shows off his thunder wave.
I miss my forge.
How many people are dumb enough to ask? Shoes. Where are my boots?
True.
I'll talk to the guards at Baldur's Gate. I speak their language.
My love, you were a caravan escort for 3 days, and you quit in the middle of your shift.
Feels like we're all waiting to die.
Well, it was his caravan.
Die if I met the Roican reeking of this place. We're exposed. I'll never get the smell out of my
I
clothes.
wonder when the goblins will come.
Hell's take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools.
Want to dance?
I could use the target practice.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
This is ridiculous.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
What will we do for
Down on your
work when
face
we get to
like
the
a
city?
troll. Whatever we
Can't
do.
afford to stay
You're an
idle.
idiot.
I'd make a
We're
fine
exposed
teacher,
now.
or a baker, or a butcher.
Butcher? Really?
Sure, blood excites me.
Right.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
Remember what I did for some salt.
I'm just sad and bored.
Still breathing, despite everything.
How fares the search? Maybe. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. I miss my forge.
I wonder when the goblins will come.
So, are you looking forward to it?
I could use the target practice.
It must be time by now.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
How fares the search?
Take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
Say that.
I'm just sad. Bored.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Don't be grumpy, Roland.
Feels like we're all waiting to die.
I am not grumpy.
Shoes.
Down on your face
Where are my
like a
boots?
troll. You're an idiot.
What's next, I wonder?
Baldur's Gate.
I could use the target practice.
You sound like you're far for exposed.
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. This is ridiculous. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Falling to pieces. These goblins aren't exactly house-proud as occupiers go.
Wouldn't blame the gobs. Place looks like it's been abandoned a good while. But hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine somewheres.
I like your way of thinking. Split any takings we find?
Sister, you've got a deal.
Trap. Be cautious. Weapon blueprints. They call for Sousa bark. There's only one place I'm finding a Sousa tree. The Underdark. Let's have a look. I can't forge a weapon without starting a fire.
I wonder how long this went overlooked.
Better be careful. Those webs carry vibrations. Something didn't like that.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile. Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew, like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite... You do plenty for me, more than you realize. But this cannot be remedied. The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was too. A great deal of trouble indeed. How can I help?
Well met.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Yeah? Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something? Very serious of you. But go ahead. Always good when I'm with you.
Isn't it glorious? Karlach's fury is a wonder to behold.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Well, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
I can't help feeling Will got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
God's damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mazora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I deserve that. Consider me properly shamed. It's Mazora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mazora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mazora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word. Well met. It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see? It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe. And one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again. A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. It could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mazora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. That has been its tragedy. I've saved so many with the talents of the blade. And without the pact, I'm just a man. And what good is my blade then when it's too dull to split monsters? What good is a flame when a mere breath snuffs it out? Well met.
How can I help?
What's on your mind? We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need?
You've already pestered me with your notions once.
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately.
The blade of frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The blade's sting is real.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
There you are, my friend. Oh, that. A scratch. I ran afoul of a bear. He took a little of my blood. I took all of his. You're comparing plonk to vintage wine. You can make merry with either, but they're not the same. But Cazador fed me rats and bugs. And when you're used to drinking from a sewer, even plonk is a marked improvement. It was exactly as appetizing as you'd think. Still, that was the past. I'll never have to grovel for him again. I don't intend to grovel before anyone. The Mind Flayers gave us power, but left us to our own devices. Whatever they had planned for us, they failed. And now I'm left with this gift. The strength to take my own freedom. I'm not afraid to use it. And you shouldn't be either. So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all. I suppose you want to hear about Cazador. My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. Not him, no. A gang of thugs attacked me, angry about a ruling that I'd handed down as magistrate. They beat me to death's door when Cazador appeared. He chased them off and offered to save me, to give me eternal life. Given that my choices were eternal life or bleed to death on the street, I took him up on the offer. It was only afterwards I realized just how long eternity could be. A vampire's spawn is less than a slave. They're a puppet. We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us to submit to torture. Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on. My point is simple. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. They're not even the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows. What more could I ask? Now, is that all? Need something?
Well met.
Soldier.